Hey everyone, welcome to the Checkered Chat. I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
And we guys are... This is staying in. We're keeping it rolling. Let's backtrack. This is the Checkered Chat. I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
We're here to bring you guys a recap of the NASCAR Race Weekend.
In Nashville.
Yeah, I don't know why I was blinking.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I saw the wheels turning.
Yeah, the steam was rolling off, you know. But before we do that, good old Bush Apple. So, yeah, finally, it took me screaming for Blaney to get a win. I thought I had spilled some of that on my shirt. I was like, no. But yeah, thank God, finally, Blaney gets a win. The last Penske car to get a win this entire season, including the Wood brothers.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's about time.
It was going to happen sooner or later.
For sure. I mean, it's annoying that it took that long, but finally won. You had host of RP2. I'm not going to go through the whole list because we'll go through the whole list later. But yeah, I mean, watching, you know, two of my favorite drivers, I was like, I'm not mad if either of these two win, but if 3 or 4 come up here and win, I'm going to be upset.
The remote's going through the TV.
I'm going to crash out. But yeah, good weekend in Nashville. Congrats to Penske for becoming the first team where all of the drivers have a win.
Yeah.
Congrats to Raja for winning in trucks.
That one felt like it was coming.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's ran really good all season. I feel like he's kind of been one of those, didn't have the finishes to reflect how good he was running, you know? Because, like, thinking back to Atlanta, I mean, he was running good and then spins out on the front stretch.
Yeah.
So, and then also, I'll just go ahead and say congrats to Justin Allgaier. It was a good weekend for me, honestly, because I really like Raja. Like, my top 3 truck drivers are probably Corey Heim, which is, he's good. I like him. Whatever. Raja, and then Tony Breidinger.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a good, and then Xfinity, of course, Justin Allgaier is my favorite. And Cup, we all know that I'm a Blaney fan.
Yeah.
I mean, Blake this week was like, hey, I'm going to bring both the Blaney cars that I have for the set. And I'm like, sweet. That works. So, yeah, we've got a Charlotte race win, Advance Auto Parts. We should start doing this every week. Like, what we have on the table. Yeah, because for those that just listen, we do put like a little set out of diecast and stuff. And then in the middle, we'd have the Episode 1 Busch Series car from Jeff Gordon, Star Wars Episode 1, and then the classic Tony Stewart 20 Home Depot right there. But yeah, good weekend. Good weekend for sure. So, getting into news. This first one upsets me to no end. Atlanta Motor Speedway has been renamed to, got renamed. It was Echo Park Speedway.
Yeah. I'll double check their Instagram to make sure it's not like Echo Park Automotive Speedway or something. It's Echo Park Speedway.
Yeah. So it's always going to be AMS. I'm sorry. There's no if, ands, buts about it at all. It's going to be Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't new. Charlotte was Lowe's Motor Speedway for a minute. It was still Charlotte.
Yeah.
Fontana, was Auto Club for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That one was the only one that I think, for whatever reason, just stuck better with people. Sonoma was Infineon at one point, and then I forget what Worldwide Technology.
I don't know what it was before, but yeah,
was it Gateway? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like, get your bag how you get your bag, but, like, the name sucks, respectfully. Yeah. I don't think many people are gonna call it that.
Yeah, the thing is, so Atlanta always has the Quaker State 400.
Yeah.
Like, that's a staple race at Atlanta.
And now it's just the biggest mouthful ever because it's the Quaker State 400
brought to you by Walmart or
at
something.
The Echo Park Speedway.
Yeah.
Like, no. Also, the color scheme of Atlanta Motor Speedway was so good already.
Yeah.
It was that, like, beigeish tan with the red, white, and blue, like SMI logo and whatnot. And like now it's, I don't know.
Yeah. Definitely.
They killed it.
Yeah, it sucks, I think, because I just can see it now. The spring race is the Advent Health 400 or whatever.
Yeah.
It'll get changed to the Echo Park Automotive 400, and then they're going to be like, as the cars approach the Echo Park restart zone at the Echo Park 400 at the Echo Park Speedway, we're back to race.
Yeah, I sent you that tweet, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the only thing I find very odd about the situation, Atlanta Motor Speedway is an SMI track. SMI is owned by the Smith family. The Smith family owns Echo Park. So like, what's the financial gain here? Because like,
it sounds like money laundering to me, honestly.
Because like, I forget, I saw somewhere how much it was. Was it like $7 million for 7 years of the naming rights or something?
Something like that.
But like, it feels odd that you can take money from company A that you own and pay it to company B that you own, like,
that way.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
I don't know but you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know the best way to explain it, but like $7 million to like from one of your companies to the other is interesting.
Yeah. I didn't even know that they owned, SMI owns Echo Park.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all we're going to say about that. Don't expect us to call it Echo Park Speedway because we're not going to. We're like I said, it's always going to be Atlanta Motor Speedway. Sorry.
We will be stubborn about this, but we will not be as stubborn as Uncle Billy on Facebook, who's Amazon Prime's $14.99 a month. Why would I pay that to watch NASCAR? It's been on my TV set since
NASCAR's dead.
It died with Dale.
Yeah, you got to pay to watch it now. There are a bunch of sissies out there. Duh, 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 duh. Yeah.
Like they don't realize you're paying what $100 a month for cable.
Yeah,
and you're getting more commercials, worse coverage, worse everything.
Yeah.
But like,
well, it's like
pop off.
The thing is,
do your thing.
Amazon does their deal, and they made it 5 races so that they can.
You could get a free trial to watch pretty much.
You can watch if you start the free trial. If you started it on the day that the Coke 600 started, and we're good.
Okay.
If you start it on the day that the Coke 600 starts. It ends the last race. Like they did that on purpose so that they can prove themselves that they're good at broadcasting, and then people will actually get a Prime membership whenever, I feel like in the future it's going to be Fox and Prime.
I wish it would just be NBC and Prime.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But
just let Fox take IndyCar and murder that like they murdered NASCAR. No shade to IndyCar, but...
Yeah, no. I mean, another fan base needs to see what Fox does. And I think that IndyCar is starting to see that because I remember the first race of the season, people were like, this is so bad. And they're like, yeah. NASCAR fans are like, hey, this is what we've been saying for ever. But yeah, so another thing, Zilich adds 2 Cup starts to his season this year, Atlanta and Watkins Glen.
Let's go.
So we'll get to see him run Cup, which is going to be awesome.
I hope he finishes.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I really hope he does.
He hasn't finished a Cup start yet.
Well, let's make Atlanta the first one.
Which, I mean, I don't know. So to me, in my opinion, his races so far have been, the 600 and Coda? Those were the 2 Cup races so far this year?
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right.
It feels like he is being slowly but surely set up to be brought up to the Cup Series.
Yeah.
Because if you're just going to let him get his feet wet and kind of play around and see what it's about, you're going to give him the layups and give him road courses.
Yeah.
Like, it feels targeted that they put the 600 on there and that they put Atlanta on there.
Yeah. No, definitely. Sorry, y'all. So, another thing, driver running in another series. Corey LaJoie signs a deal with Spire to run the 07 truck at 9 races. I believe it's 9 total. Michigan, Richmond, Darlington, Bristol, New Hampshire, Charlotte, Talladega, Martinsville, and Phoenix. This is very interesting to me.
I would rather not run on Sunday than to run on Saturday and run on Friday in front of 12 people in the grandstands and nobody care. Like, shut up.
Yeah, no, it...
And, oh, wait, what are we doing now? The team
trucks.
that pretty much said, you suck, we're trading you to Rick Ware Racing because we're tired of you. Now you're going to sign with them to run truck races.
Yeah.
Like, just do your podcast and stay on Prime and...
Yeah. I thought it was funny. I think it was in post-race. Or, no, it was pre-race. He said something along the lines of, yeah, I ran so good in Spire's 7 car that now I'm on TV. Or
well,
something
he was talking
like
about
that.
Hocevar. So, when Chase got hurt, Corey LaJoie went to the 9 car, and Hocevar came up and ran the 7 car. So, he was saying that Hocevar did so good in the 7 car that he's now on Prime.
Yeah.
Which is accurate. Hocevar is... in every way, shape, and form, a better and more talented race car driver than Corey LaJoie.
Mm-hmm. So, another thing, speaking on Zilich, I don't have this written down. Blake, do you have it written down?
Yes. So, in post-race inspection at Nashville, Zilich's car was found to have 2 unsecured lug nuts. So, the team was fined $10,000, and Marty Lindley, as crew chief, will be suspended for 1 race. I don't know exactly how this whole deferral thing works, but they've made it to where he will be suspended for Pocono, even though that is not the next race.
Yeah, I didn't know that was possible.
Which I knew in the Cup Series, sometimes even if you know that the appeal isn't going to work, you appeal it to keep your people for an important race or 2 coming up, and then they get their suspension. So I guess I don't know, it's similar to that, I guess, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
And then also, Daniel Dye was disqualified in post-race inspection for rear ride height violation. Didn't say if it was too low, too high. I'm assuming too low.
Yeah.
I don't
would
know
imagine.
why you would make it too high.
Yeah. So I believe that is all we have on the news for this week. On to the truck race. What you got, Blake?
So this truck race was a good one for me because my 3 favorite truck drivers all won something. Lane Riggs won stage 1, Corey Heim won stage 2, and Rajah Caruth won the race. So all around, that one was fun for me. Started off early with poor Frankie Muniz. Blew a motor on like the end of lap 1 or something because the caution came out on lap 2. Blew a motor. And then I saw yesterday or today the like in car that his crew chief was like, I'm so sorry, like I don't even know what to say. And Frankie Muniz was basically just like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with my life anymore.
Dang.
Which, I mean, it's kind of like the same thing as Stuart Friesen at Rockingham, I think.
Yeah.
It's just you take so much of your time and effort and joy and just everything, and you roll it into this sport that you love and you want to do, and it just beats you down. So, like, I mean, he's had a hard year, so I get it.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure.
And then took until lap 55 for the next caution. Jack Wood spins in turn 4 from 20th, but he doesn't make any contact. But then I'm going to butcher this name. I will go ahead and say that in advance. Akinori Ogata also spins, and then he gets in the wall. He wasn't really near it. I don't know if it was an ARCA brake thing or what exactly happened, but you could kind of see like Jack Wood spinning and catching it and whatnot, and then you just see a black and blue truck spinning up by the wall. And then a couple facts, little fun tidbits for Corey Heim. He's the 4th driver in series history to lead laps in each of the first 12 races of the season. Not shocking.
No, not at all.
He also has now led 800 laps so far this season, which is the most laps ever led through the first 12 races of a truck season.
That's wild.
I think, if I remember right, he's obviously first at like 800 or a little over 800. And then next is Chandler Smith with like 192 or 210 or something.
Yeah, it's
it's
like blown out of the water kind of thing.
Because like, and that just backs up what we say and he says, and like really what you see everywhere with like, yeah, Corey Heim's won, 4 races this year?
Yeah, something like that.
But like realistically, he probably should have won 8 by now.
Yeah.
Like the races that he's dominated and led the most laps, whatever, and hasn't won, that just shows in the like that crazy that he's led over 800 laps, and that's the most in series history through the first 12. Get that man a cup ride.
Yeah, please do.
Or at least just a top Xfinity ride for a year.
Yeah,
something.
Please, yeah.
And then I found this interesting. Stage 3 went caution-free and was just honestly great truck racing.
Yeah.
It feels like that's kind of a rarity.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Even though Xfinity does seem to have more overtime restarts this year than trucks, but like it really came down to Rajah's pit crew got him out with the lead to start stage 3, and he never looked back.
Yeah.
Corey Heim was his closest competitor for majority of the last stage, but then I didn't write the lap down, but I want to say it was roughly like 13 to 17 laps to go. Here comes Lane Riggs. They've caught lap traffic. He's moving in. No love lost between Corey Heim and Lane Riggs. They were door slamming each other, blocking each other, everything you could do, which, not to discount Rajah's win. This is not what I'm saying. But you know Rajah's sitting there in the truck like, yeah, keep blocking each other, keep racing each other, because all I'm going to do is pull away now. You're hurting yourselves.
100%.
Then, let's see. Your top 10, Rajah Caruth won, Corey Heim was second, Lane Riggs was third, Daniel Hemrick was fourth, and then Corey Day with the top 5. That was the best oval race he's ran today.
Yeah.
He was up there, top 5, I think, honestly, pretty much the whole day. Caden Honeycutt, again, talked about him a lot this year. 6th place finish, another top 10 for him. Chandler Smith was 7th. Ty Majeski was 8th. Bailey Curry, 9th. And Grant Enfinger rounds out your top 10. So then,
good race all around.
Yeah. So then we'll move on to the Xfinity race, which, go ahead and call us fake NASCAR podcasters and fans and everything else. We were both busy Saturday night, so we really didn't get to watch much of it.
Like, I had it on, but we had friends over, and I wasn't able to pay, like, all that much attention to it. I mean, I obviously, like, I saw Allgaier Sweep, saw the stages, and he wins, but I couldn't have told you necessarily, hey, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
This is what happened.
I wasn't in front of a TV. I was at a graduation party. I was trying to keep up with it on my phone when I could, but yeah, so.
Yes, bear with us on this one, but, you know, life happens, even for us NASCAR podcasters.
So, like Justin said, Allgaier sweeps the stages, and then another little interesting tidbit. That was the 16th time that Allgaier has swept both stages, but has only won in 3 of the previous times that he's done that. So 3 for 15 going into this race on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 4 for 16. Let's see. Lap 30.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Lap 36. Kyle Sieg gets loose underneath Parker Retzlaff, and both spin in turn 4, battling for round 26. Retzlaff backs it into the wall, but was able to make it onto pit road. Lap 45, Corey Day spins from around 16th. This caution ends up ending the first stage. Then lap 99. On the start of the final stage, you kind of had your big one of Nashville, which honestly wasn't like super big because it was a restart crash, but Christian Eckes gets into the back of Harrison Burton, which triggered a multi-car accident, and then all of the drivers included were Brandon Jones, Ryan Ellis, Corey Day, Josh Williams, Kyle Sieg, Thomas Annunziata, I hope I pronounced that right, Anthony Alfredo, Ryan Sieg,
and
yes,
pause. 1, 2, 3. Chris Wright.
You guessed it.
Yeah.
He saw everybody else was wrecking. I was like,
He
that's
said,
what I do best. You're leaving me out.
Everybody else is wrecking. I've got to do the same thing because that's when everyone else is driving, I'm driving.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going mock Jesus down the track. Oh, I need to do that going down pit road and into the back of, someone.
Which I saw, speaking of Chris Wright, I saw this on Twitter, I believe. And I kind of found it interesting. So, Catherine Legg did not qualify on speed for this race.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to reach out and kind of buy Chris Wright's car for the night. And they said no. Why?
Yeah.
Like, everybody can say what they want about Catherine Legg and be wrong, or in your mind, you could be right. Whatever you do you. We can all agree that she's a hell of a lot better than Chris Wright will ever be.
Yeah.
I don't know the guy. I'm sure he's a great guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
He just does not belong in an Xfinity car. Put him in the ARCA series or something. I mean, Jesus.
Like something.
Which, speaking of the ARCA series, we have an announcement to make.
We'll make it at the end.
We'll save it for later. So stick around.
Yeah.
Lap 135, William Sawalich spins off turn 2 while battling with Sammy Smith for a length. And then that was kind of the last thing of incident of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Allgaier ends up winning with his closest competitor of the day, it felt like, at least from what I was able to go back and rewatch and saw being Connor Zilic finish second, which not too bad when you think about how awful me and Justin are at picking race winners. He picked the winner and I picked second, so either way it went, one of us was going to be right.
Yep. I picked second also for truck, too. I'm just going to throw that one out there.
I picked Kyle Busch, didn't I?
I think so. It was my best weekend
stupid.
on picks, for sure.
And then to finish your top 10, Sam Mayer finished third, Sheldon Creed finished fourth, so good for Haas Factory team to get a 3-4, both cars in the top 5. Ross Chastain finished fifth, Eric Almirola was sixth, Austin Hill was seventh, Jesse Love was eighth, both RCR cars with the top 10 finishing seventh and eighth, and then Carson Quapfel was ninth, and Sammy Smith was 10th. So you had all 5 of Junior Motorsports entries in the top 10. That's nuts.
That is. It really is.
I mean, everybody knows that they arguably have the best car in the Xfinity series.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean,
but like for everything to go your way, you get 1, 2, 5, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, Junior Motorsports just, I'm not going to say they absolutely run the Xfinity series, but they are in top contention pretty much every week. One of their cars is in contention.
And then, I mean, you look at alumni, if you want to call it that have came through and went to the Cup Series, notable ones being Chase Elliott won a championship. Byron, I believe, won a championship, right?
Yes, I believe so.
If we're wrong, very sorry. Obviously, we're just frauds of NASCAR fans this week. And then Noah Gragson. Those, to me, would be like your... and Josh Berry. Those would be the biggest names. Yeah, I mean, did you see... I found this funny. So, not even like a week after Junior had said this on...
Oh, I know exactly where you're going with this.
What, did he say it on Dale Jr. Download?
Yes, it was in the Ask Junior thing. So, they talk on the Dale Jr. Download about how... Dale was like, oh yeah, if you go through the roof hatch...
I assume you're cheating.
Yeah.
And then they were kind of basically saying like Allgaier was trolling Junior.
Yeah.
But Allgaier was like, no, I've been doing it for like three or 4 years or something like that at this point. So like, and then Junior kind of backpedaled. He's like, well, I mainly meant super speedways. I mean, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Super speedways are kind of where like, I feel like an aero advantage is going to matter a whole lot more just because everybody else is so even.
Definitely hilarious. And then him backpedaling, being like, oh, I've been doing it for like 3 or 4 years. No, don't.
Yeah. Basically, don't stop.
Stop it.
Just right there.
Right there.
We're good.
Stop it. But yeah, so.
And not that we're saying that Allgaier is a dirty cheater or anything like that.
No, not at all.
If that's the case, I'm pretty sure he'd have more than one championship. Just saying.
Very true. So, on to the Cup race. So, Denny Hamlin wins stage 1. He really just had a better long run car to chase Briscoe.
Yeah, because Briscoe led, 90% of the stage probably, if not maybe a little more, and then kind of fell off at the end. And boy, when he fell off, did he fall off hard, because that was the last time you ever saw or heard from him the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, he might as well have just parked it in the driveway and went home to his family.
Literally. So stage 1 goes completely green. Ryan Blaney wins stage 2, and stage 2 is where everybody forgets how to drive.
Really only, though, for 15, 20 laps, like that little stint.
It was just like that stretch of like the next incident, the host of our spinning Ricky Stenhouse to like lap 130, kind of when it ends up weird.
So 24 laps.
Yeah, basically. But Carson Hocevar on 106 spins Ricky Stenhouse, in turns 3 and 4 while racing for 17th. I think this really just, the reason why everybody is so up in arms about it, I think, is because Ricky's team sucks. Like, they're ranked very poorly. I'm not going to say they suck. They're ranked extremely poorly on
They're
speed.
ranked 30th or below on every metric that gets tracked.
But yet they were still above the cut line.
Yeah, and they're barely outside of it now.
Yeah.
And that's just points, obviously, no win.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Yeah, no,
But
seriously. They're a one-car team.
I know we all like to Recce Spinhouse,
Yeah.
But, imagine if he had a better car.
Yeah, if he had a better car, I mean, he would...
I know it's crazy to say, but, he might be a contender.
Yeah.
Because he's not bad.
No.
He definitely gets a whole lot more out of the equipment than the equipment is supposed to give.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that.
But then also, on the flip side, Hocevar, I don't know exactly why, which it seemed kind of split 50-50 down the middle of, screw him. He pulls all these shenanigans. He's a dirty driver. And then you have everybody else that's is that not what we need? This is not what we want?
Yeah.
He's not a dirty driver. He's not going to just let you fall in because you feel entitled to said position.
Yeah.
He didn't overdrive the corner and just absolutely wreck Ricky. Ricky tried to come down and kind of cut him off, and he was like, no, I'm here.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, even Junior has said, I think the 3 drivers Junior named in a clip I saw about who now reminds him of his dad. We'll start it off with Joey Logano. I, to an extent, can see what Dale's saying, but not wholly. There are parts of it I see.
Yeah.
But then Ross and Carson I really get. Because Carson is really, if you've watched any of the Prime documentary of Dale, he's a young first couple seasons Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah.
Not saying that Carson Hocevar is going to win 7 championships.
Yeah.
None of that. But just the style is there.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Don't change.
Yeah, don't change, please. We need more of that.
I mean, over time, I think what people fail to realize in some of these debates that are being had is he's going to clean stuff up over time.
Yeah. I mean, it's all going to be maturity kind of stuff.
But also there's some stuff that's not going to change.
Yeah.
He's not just because he could cut you a break, doesn't mean he is.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Is the whole point of racing not to go 100% every lap?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand in some scenarios, it's better just to take the L for a second and give up said position and come back and try later. But in some scenarios, especially with this car, you kind of got to get it where you can.
Yeah.
And, if you don't, you might not get the opportunity to take that spot.
Yeah. No, I agree. So lap 114, Bowman gets loose under Noah Gragson, racing around 20th, and both get into the outside wall, and somehow Larson misses it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I felt it's crazy that Larson had a top 10 finish after that race.
Yeah.
He was towards the back for a majority of the race.
Yeah, for really until that was almost the turning point of his race.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Which Bowman got loose, obviously. I mean, there was nothing really he could do about it. The car kind of just snapped. I understand why Gragson was frustrated, but also I think he'll probably already by now has rewatched that. Okay, well, there's nothing really he could have done, but also he ruined my race.
Yeah.
Because he never got back out there. Bowman got back out there 106, 110 laps down or something like that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's cool they can do that again now because you never know. As tight as some of these points battles come to in the playoffs, running out there and leapfrogging somebody else that wrecks potentially just by logging laps might help you.
Yeah.
I know if you're watching the video, I'm all Blaney'd out in honor of the win. But let me put my Chase Elliott fan hat on for a minute.
You want me to go grab it for you from the closet?
No, that's okay. How can Larson start in the back and make up track position all day and get... Let me look at the finishing real quick. Okay, a top 10. He finished 8th. But Chase can start 11th. Can make his way up in stage 1 into I think it was like 5th, 6th was probably about the highest it felt like he got. And then he just can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Just kind of there.
Yeah, and like that, I don't know. That's kind of felt like the season. They've showed speed, they've showed glimpses, but they've never showed winning speed. They've never really contended for a win this year.
Yeah.
I like Gustafson. He's a great crew chief, but like if I'm Mr. H, it might be time to promote him because he's good in the sport. He knows what he's doing, but maybe it's time to promote him to a different role in Hendrick and maybe pick up the phone and call Rodney Childers or somebody. I mean, Jesus, it just still one of Spire's pit or crew chiefs at this point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, something because like they took 2 tires at one point to get track position, and that helped for a minute. But like he faded some positions and never could get them back. But then you have. It's not a car problem. Like, you can't blame that on the next gen. Hocevar started in the back, made his way up front. Logano didn't have the greatest starting spot in the world, I believe. I can't fully remember. Well, no, I think he started 9th. Bubba had a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Almost went a lap down. Or did he go a lap down?
I think
can't
he
remember.
did at one point.
Finished as 6th. I mean, I could go on. And, like, yeah, sure, never finished outside the top 20 this year. Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's old.
Yeah.
Something has to change.
Yeah.
Because you can't have, like, Bowman shows great speed when he doesn't have an unfortunate end to his race.
Mm-hmm.
Larson's a contender or he wrecks. He's never really an afterthought. And Byron's probably, if you just discount who's won what, Byron's probably the best Hendrick driver this year, statistically.
I agree.
And then you have Chase that's just there. I mean, yes, he's 5th in points. It's not. I'm not suffering as bad as a Brad Keselowski fan.
Very true.
But I mean, it just. I don't know. Something's got to change. And now I'll put my Blaney stuff back on and be happy.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
So lap 119 on the restart, after Christopher Bell tries to throw a block on Eric Jones, he gets turned into the outside wall. I think it's interesting that Eric Jones used to drive the 20.
Yeah. And basically got kicked to the curb for Bell.
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of like, hey, I would let a guy normally go, but I'm not letting you go.
Yeah, and I think also some of it, too, is probably Eric Jones is like, I'm up here on a restart.
Mm-hmm. He's not up there every week.
Like, I'm not going to just cut you a break to cut you a break. Like, get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
Sorry that you thought you could come down. I ain't lifting. And he has every right to. It's the same thing with Hocevar, except for this is on a restart, honestly. Which is interesting that this didn't get blown out of proportions and everybody nobody had pitchforks and was just storming Eric Jones. Like,
yeah.
The other thing too, I do now that you say, Eric Jones, we kind of got booted for Ty Gibbs. Why is he not fired? They have fired people for a whole lot less.
Yeah. It's
nepotism.
Yeah, 100% nepotism. That doesn't surprise me. At some point it's gonna get to a point that if Ty Gibbs doesn't win a race
make all the Austin Dillon comparisons you want. Austin Dillon's won crown jewels and won races.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs has nothing to show.
Yeah, and I mean you can say, well, Austin Dillon's backed into that. No.
Yeah.
Go pick apart every driver's career wins.
Yeah.
Not everybody that's won every race has dominated said race.
Yeah. No,
like
for sure.
It's okay to just be there in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, definitely. So lap 130, Corey Heim does a very rookie mistake and self-clears himself off of turn 4. And he gets into Brad K while racing for 12th and spins into the front stretch wall. This was just one of those rookie mistake kind of things.
And I'm pretty sure it was either on the radio or something. I mean, he completely just owned that was on nobody else but me.
Yeah. IHOP surprise move of the race.
Oh yeah.
Which funny.
2 things to come from that. They were battling for 12th. So again, kudos to Corey Heim.
Yeah.
Also, Brad is kind of starting to heat up a little bit.
About time.
I mean, he's an older gentleman now. Maybe it takes a little longer to get going.
Blue Chew should sponsor him. That'd be funny.
But the other thing, nothing against fire Riley Herbst right now. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
this is a fourth car entry that like is running select races, and every time he shows up, he outruns you.
He's honestly almost every race that he comes in races and Cup for this season. If he doesn't wreck out of this race, he's a top 10 car.
I would be comfortable for sure saying top 15. Top 10 is not off the table though at all. And that's outrunning the only teammate that that would have been right there with Reddick and with Bubba. Mm. And like, if you have a 3-car team, in theory, all 3 of your cars should be somewhat close to each other, depending on what happens.
Yeah.
But then it's like, these guys are up here somewhat contending, and then Riley Herbst is just off in the field picking daisies in 35th, daydreaming.
Yeah. I didn't know the 35 number on his car was for his finishing place.
Literally.
Literally.
I mean, great guy. Where's Rosie? Oh, hello, Rosie.
Hey, Roro.
No, she didn't make it. Okay. But like one of the times that I had the VIP passes for Atlanta, I got to talk to him for a minute, take a picture. Cool guy. He was not bad in the Xfinity series. He never was like, oh my God, promote him right now to Cup.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's hard to say, not even a full year in, get rid of him. I know. This is probably just me being, fighting for Corey Haim here and all, but like, it is kind of sad though.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise your next year, if he stays in truck, is just going to be another him dominating the whole entire year.
And it's just wasting some of Corey Haim's career and a ride that somebody else could benefit from.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing wrong with going back down to the... I mean, look at John Hunter Nemechek. He got promoted way too early to the Cup Series and struggled badly.
Yeah.
Went back down to the Xfinity Series, dominated. Got the confidence of winning, got his mojo back.
Yeah.
He's not doing bad at all right now.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, last notable for the Cup race, lap 194, Ryan Preece spins near 23rd in turns 1 and 2.
But don't worry. All 4 tires stayed on the ground.
Yeah, he did not cosplay an astronaut. And then your winner was Ryan effing Blaney.
Ryan Foxing
Blaney. And your top 10 was Carson Hocevar, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, William Byron, Bubba Wallace, Eric Jones. Apparently the polar bear in Arlington, Texas has made a home. Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, and then Christopher Bell. Bell fighting his way back up there for a top 10 after that spin out. Oh, yeah. That's pretty crazy.
That's the other thing, too, when I was on my little Chase Elliott soapbox. He got wrecked.
Yeah, and he still finished higher than you.
Yeah, like...
Crazy.
Come on now.
Crazy. Sorry, y'all. All right, on to the next race. Michigan. For some reason, I thought that we were at Worldwide Technology for this weekend. I don't know why I thought that. So, yeah, Michigan, our favorite part of the week. The part where we look at pretty cars and say, that one's my favorite. That one's my least favorite. Some pretty cars, some not very pretty cars. But on to our favorite paint schemes for the week. Blake, what you got?
So we're gonna do it backwards this week for y'all. We're going to go least favorite first.
Okay.
You know why?
Yours never updated for me. So
we share the same favorite, so we're just gonna...
okay, gotcha.
So my least favorite for this week is Christopher Bell's Ream car. Now, I was going back and forth between Suarez and Bell. Suarez at least tried to do something cool and fun with the car. Bell, with the Ream scheme, has still not figured out how... That actually has a good ring to it.
Ream scheme.
They still haven't figured out how to work all of the extra space with the number being moved forward, and I'll show you on said Ryan Blaney diecast. Advanced Auto, looks very nice down the side. Yeah, this, like, from here to here is all just blank.
Yeah.
It looks like they were like, yep, looks cool. Black, white, and red race car. Boom. Small Ream logo on the side. Perfecto.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
So my least favorite for this week is John Hunter Nemechek and the Pie Barker fire and safety car. Flames are not green and blue unless you throw like a...
Unless it's like a chemical fire.
Yeah, unless it's a chemical fire. Then you got a really bad issue there.
I don't know. I like that car personally.
I'm just not a big fan of it. It was between him and Eric Jones, honestly. I don't like the Dollar Tree car.
That's fair.
It's funky, but honestly, I'll just say that. It's a tie between Nemechek and Jones. Legacy, get it together.
Do better.
Do better, please. I'm not going to scream about Legacy's motors or paint scheme for this week, but yeah, do better. Please.
I mean, it wasn't a terrible week for paint schemes, in all honesty.
Yeah.
If we're kind of nitpicking.
Overall, yeah. So what you got on your favorite? And I guess we should just preface, this is both our favorites.
Ross Chastain's
Busch Light Apple. This podcast is brought to you by Busch Light Apple.
I wish.
That'd be great.
It is odd, though, that, like, Busch Light Apple's limited edition run now is pretty much over, and now they're running the scheme. But, like,
yeah,
better late than never. Car looks really good.
Yeah, no, it looks super cool, and I like that it is different from Harvick's Busch Light Apple.
Yeah, for sure.
This one's got more the, like, orchard look to it. Looks cool. It's very Ross Chastain.
Yeah.
So, once again, Ross Chastain is still at the top of our most picked favorite.
I'm going to do that. So, I'm going to go back and tally, and next week I'll give an update on that.
Yeah.
Busch Light Lime car hopefully coming soon.
I just hope that we get Busch Light Lime in Georgia because I love things that are lime. If you see me at a race and you bring me a lime, I'll be your friend forever.
Yes.
I put lime in almost every beer that I drink.
Justin brings a baggie of pre-cut limes for his Miller Lights.
I 100% do. That's 100% factual. So when I heard Busch Light Lime, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm excited about this. Just to find out that the first run of it's not going to be in Georgia.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited about that. So,
moving on to the race.
Yes.
Your past next gen winners so far in the short history is 2022, Kevin Harvick won. So, not really a whole bunch to take from there. He's now retired. Chris Buescher won in 2023. Not a whole lot, I guess, technically to take from that because they haven't been super strong this year.
Yeah.
I feel confident in saying, as I don't sound confident. And Tyler Reddick won last year. Again, kind of a down year.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
not to spoil anything, but neither of our picks are previous winners.
Yep.
I'm hoping that it's a good race. Michigan it's ranked decently high for me usually all time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the fastest track they go to.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm excited about this weekend. But we have made some picks. Blake, what you got on truck?
All right. So, this one doesn't fall under the category, but I don't know the guy's name, but that commented that we make.
I'll find it. I'll find it real quick. We had a comment this week on our Instagram post of our picks from last week, and I will read it right here, and I will dox the guy. I will say his username. I hope he doesn't mind. I don't think he does.
It's all out of fun.
Yeah. Paulie Pitcher says, all your picks are so common. Come on, throw some zingers in there. And then we responded and we said, well, you are correct. We don't pick them at the right time. So we decided this week for good old Paulie.
We'll throw some zingers in there.
We'll throw some zingers in there.
Just for you. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah. So this should be fun. Blake, who you got on trucks?
Not a zinger. Carson Hocevar.
Yeah. It's hard to pick zingers in truck.
Yeah, well, not
really.
You.
I mean, I could just be like Frankie
Tony
Muniz.
Breidinger.
Yeah. Damn. Look, don't hate. Don't hate on that Canes car or the Celsius.
Or 818 tequila or whatever it was last week, and that one looked good. But Carson Hocevar just won a late model race from Michigan. Mm-hmm. I think it was at Berlin. I'm not confident enough to be like, yeah, he's winning the Cup race, so I just said truck race.
Okay.
I do think one of the two though he's going to win. He's been too hot lately to not come home and win.
I agree.
Which, please win the Cup race because that'd be just a freaking great story of like you get your first race win at your home track.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. So for me, for truck, this falls under zingers, that's for sure. I'm going with Mr. Doesn't Want to Ride in a Truck, Corey LaJoie.
They're going to have to give him a map of where Victory Lane is because he's never been there before.
Very
no,
true.
He has with Prime, I think.
Fair point.
So he knows where Victory...
He knows where it is. Just a matter of taking a car there.
Not
yeah,
gonna
no,
happen.
like literally just I just felt like picking him just because. And
Why not?
Why not? I'm not gonna pick him every single week that he's doing his whole truck deal. But
Just for the first one, it's fun.
yeah, why not? You
Also,
know?
this is the first time the trucks have raced there since 2020, I think, when I looked
Okay.
earlier. So, like, not a whole lot really to go off of
Yeah,
because a lot of these people have never raced Michigan in a truck before. So,
very true. So what you got on Cup?
the Polar Bear in Arlington, Texas, Eric Jones.
Zinger.
It is Zinger, but like also
I could see it.
he's on a hot streak.
Yeah.
He's won crown jewels before. He's won the Southern 500. It wouldn't shock me. I mean, it'd be surprising. Don't get me wrong, but he's ran really good lately.
Yeah.
Legacy stepped up. I could see it.
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%.
Plus, how much more fun is it? To be like, Eric Jones is going to win than Kyle Larson,
Yeah. Denny Hamlin.
who let's be real. I was thinking about picking him, but
Yeah. So my Cup pick this week, I do feel confident enough to say Hocevar, so I'm going to say Hocevar. He's been hot lately. Won his first Cup win to be his hometown track. That would be really cool. I mean, basically, the 600 was gearing up for a top 5, possibly a top 3.
yeah.
Blows an engine. Last week, finishes P2.
He was making up ground for a minute, but once he caught the big herd of lap traffic that was kind of slowing Blaney down, it slowed him down.
Yeah, but I think he brings it home this week, and if it's not this week, it's going to be soon. Now on to
You can hold us to this. Before the year is over, Carson Hocevar will have at least one victory.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to happen this season.
I think he's probably going to win his way into the playoffs at this point.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean,
Atlanta finished second there earlier this year. It doesn't seem too far-fetched.
no, not at all.
That would also be sweet.
It really would be. If he would win Atlanta, I'd lose my mind.
I might just be a Carson Hocevar fan.
No, me and my dad, when we talked on the phone yesterday, we were talking about the Atlanta race. Reminds me, I got to bring something up to you afterwards. But we were both like, yeah, my dad was like, yeah, I feel like I'm starting to like Hocevar, and I'm like, I'll probably get a shirt for him when we go to Atlanta. I want to get the Ride the Dente shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Me and Lily were talking Sunday, I think, during the race. So they put out something on like merch sales, and Larson has surpassed Chase.
mm-hmm.
But like, again, I'm a Chase fan. I feel like I should be one of the people to say this. Why is somebody like Hocevar or Gregson not winning most popular driver?
Yeah,
Like, not that Chase doesn't do anything for his fans,
but
but
let's be real.
Like, I've gotten lucky and got a good bit of diecast and things signed from him from not spending the $100 to buy a 124 to get in said autograph line. Everybody can feel how they want to about that. I don't think it's a huge deal, honestly. I mean,
It is what it is.
it's better to pay, I feel like, to guarantee a spot to meet him than, okay, you have a kid. Your kid wants to meet Chase. Spend $100 and for sure meet him, or sit in a line for an hour and a half, and then your kid's crying and upset and sad that he didn't get to meet him.
Yeah, they cut off the line right at you. Then, you avoid that for sure.
And you get something for him to sign if you don't already have it. I mean, there's multiple ways to spin it. I see both sides of it. But, I mean, somebody like Hocevar, somebody like Gregson, like, they do a lot. Like, they're very interactive with... I mean, Hocevar reposts people's stuff on TikTok all the time, whether it's about him or not.
Yeah. And, I mean, Hocevar goes up in the stands and watches pretty much every truck
We've seen
race.
him in the stands.
This time, dang it, I won't be at the Xfinity race, but if y'all see him, you need to get a picture with him at least.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But on to our big news this week.
Yes.
So since you kind of set this up, I'm going to let you take it.
Sorry. So, if you tune in to the ARCA broadcast Friday, what time is the race? Is it 5?
Just a second.
We should have been a little more prepared for this. Sorry.
Yeah, just a little bit, but
We'll fill you in with the time in a second. We will have the Checkered Chat logo on the hood of Brayton Laster's 06 ARCA car for the Michigan race.
yes, sir. So yes, we are sponsoring a NASCAR race car. Really excited about this. I cannot find the where.
I'm trying to.
I think it's
It's
5 on
5 Eastern time Friday.
FS2.
FS2.
Okay. So yeah, if you look for that car, this guy is super cool. We also may have something cooking for the future, and we'll see. Drives around with a pizza helmet on.
His Twitter is the one pizza man.
Yes.
I think like his racing shoes are pepperoni pizza.
Yeah, I think everything is pizza.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Super cool dude. Super thankful for the opportunity and excited about it. It's going to be cool. So you guys will see a little bit of content coming out around that and stuff, and keep an eye out for it. It's we're not the only hood sponsor, but we are one of them.
Yes. So basically how it came about. I'm scrolling through Twitter. Rajah's just taken the checkered flag of the truck race and come across Brayton's tweet of, and this, this is what it says. It says, have you ever wanted your logo on the hood of a NASCAR race car? You have $50 burning a hole in your pocket? If you answered yes to both of these questions, you might be entitled to know that as of right now, I do not have a hood sponsor for Friday's ARCA race at Michigan. With that being said, at this moment, we're offering a great deal where you can spend $50 to get a small logo placed on the hood. So DM'd him. Hey, man, love to put, a logo on the hood of your car. Won't exactly say how much we paid, but
yeah, because
we did upsize from the 4x4. We have an 8x8.
Yeah, there should be some points where you could at least see it.
But, I mean, honestly, it's being someone who has grown up watching NASCAR for literally as long as I can ever remember. Mm-hmm. You always are like, I want to put something on a car.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty crazy. I mean, first season that we've done this, and take that stacking pennies performance. No, I'm joking.
Because they are backed by NASCAR.
Yeah. No, for sure. But yeah, so we're sponsoring an ARCA car. Super excited about it. Keep your eyes to social media for some stuff about that and everything. But I believe that is all that we have for this week.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, do you want to touch quickly on the in-season challenge thing?
Yeah. Go ahead and get into that.
I screenshotted. And
I didn't understand this at all because I'm sure you guys have been hearing the in-season challenge bracket thing. Blake has done the research and has a graphic to talk about with it. Yeah, sounds like it's actually going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. So Nashville was the cutoff race to determine who the 32 people participating in it are. Your 4 full-time drivers that will not be participating: Shane Van Gisbergen, Cole Custer, Riley Herbst, and Cody Ware. So those are the 4 that missed out, and that was just based on top 32 in points. So now there are going to be 3 races to fill the seating out. So Michigan, I forget the order of the next 3 races. Give me 2 seconds. Michigan, Mexico, Pocono.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the better you finish, the better your seed's going to be.
Yeah.
There's going to be tiebreakers if needed for so seeding top 32 drivers are determined by their best finish in the final 3 races of the season on Prime. Let's say there's 3 different winners, so 3 people are tied with the best finisher first. They then go to your next best finish. So on and so forth. Then there will be 5 rounds. It's going to be, if you know March Madness, like college basketball, it's going to be set up similar to that. So there's going to be 5 rounds. The first round is going to be 32 drivers competing. Second round is going to be cut in half, 16. Then 8, then 4, and the final race is a 1v1. Basically, it'll go the first seed against the second seed, so on and so forth, down to the most equal seeding going up against each other appears 15 and 18.
Okay.
15, 18, 14, 19. Those are like the closest 2 seeds together, it looks like. If you outfinish the other person, you move on all the way down to the end. And if you win, you get $1 million.
Yep. And so there's going to be a simulcast going on?
Yeah. So if I understood what I saw today correctly, you will still be able to watch all of the races on TNT, normal broadcast, everything we're used to. But there will be a simulcast, alternate cast, whatever you want to call it, on True TV that's going to focus on the in-season challenge, in-season tournament, whatever.
Okay.
And I think all that's going to do is really just highlight, I don't know, Blaney and Chase are battling against each other today.
Yeah.
Who's running better? Now we go to Jones and
Busher.
Stuff like that. I think it's cool because it adds a layer.
Yeah.
And it does not take away from racing.
Yeah, no,
because
not at all.
Nobody's going to wreck somebody over a spot or two just to move on. And, like, they're not going to be in there.
It's kind of
the spotters aren't going to be filling you in during the race. Hey, if you got, like...
Yeah. Like, $1 million is great, but also, like, sounds bad, but it's $1 million.
It's probably split kind of how, like, the All-Star race. Like,
Yeah.
the driver that wins doesn't get the full $1 million. It gets split between
the team.
and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about it. I'll definitely...
It's something new.
At least see, a few times.
And then we'll be at the first one in Atlanta, so, I mean, maybe we'll try to keep a mental note of, like...
Where everyone is and everything,
probably not, but we can try.
Yeah, we'll do our best. But I believe that is all we have for this week. That's it. So, I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
And this has been the Checkered Chat. You guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Not going to say it this week, Twitter. Anyways, you can listen to the podcast and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible.
Pretty much anywhere you can get your podcast.
Yeah, anywhere you get your podcast. Like, comment, all the interactions and
leave
stuff.
Leave some ratings.
Leave some comments. Tell us how wrong we are. Tell us how crappy our picks are. Tell us
Make fun of us.
Roast us. Please do it. Beg you. Do it. This has been the Checkered Chat. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.